The New York Ripper is a character in Dexter Resurrection that we have yet to meet, but is still dominating fan theories. We've already talked about it here on the channel a bunch. Who could it be? Is it someone that we've already met? Or is it someone that we have no idea who it is? Are we ever even going to meet them? Today, let's try to debunk one of the most popular theories. I'm Pamela, welcome back to the channel. In case you're new here, please subscribe to the channel because we are covering all things Dexter throughout the entire season of Dexter Resurrection. So we keep hearing about this New York Ripper. Like almost every single episode of the season so far, somehow this character comes up in conversation. Detective Claudette Wallace has pretty much dedicated her life to hunting down this killer. In fact, she became so obsessed that it almost cost her her job. And we do find out some more details about this killer in episode 7, which might have helped debunk one of the most popular fan theories out there. So I've heard some crazy theories about who the New York Ripper could be. Some people think it's Blessing Kamara, which I think is pretty crazy. I mean, listen, never say never, but I just think it is a little ridiculous of a theory. Some people think it's Detective Oliva, Wallace's partner, and he is suspicious to me. I think he might be on Prater's payroll, but I don't know if he's the Ripper. Some people think it could be Joey Quinn because he's originally from New York. And then one of the most popular theories out there is that it's Jonah Mitchell, Arthur Mitchell, aka the Trinity Killer's son. And I do see a lot of fans go back and forth arguing with each other because some people think that the New York Ripper is on the older side because of a quote from Leon Prater. He does say to Dexter in episode 4 that the New York Ripper was never caught and that he also terrorized the same streets I grew up on. So a lot of people think that that line from him means that he was active as a killer when Prater was a child. Now, I don't necessarily think that that's what that line means. I think what he really was saying was that he just happened to terrorize the same streets that Prater happened to grow up on. It doesn't mean that it happened at the same time. But now I do kind of think that the Ripper is a little bit on the older side just based off of some like other information that we got in other episodes. So let's get into it. Shout out to DexterDaily.com. I will be referencing a couple of different articles from them in this video. If you guys do not follow DexterDaily.com, please go check them out. They have a Twitter account. So in this one article from Dexter Daily, they talk about what we knew about the New York Ripper before episode 7. Up until episode 7, the information surrounding the Ripper was limited but deeply unsettling. So what we already knew is the killer uses a crowbar-like weapon to attack victims, and he has claimed at least 22 victims. Now we got a lot more clues in episode 7. The first clue we got is the Ripper is male. It's now confirmed that the killer is a man. We do hear some voice recordings from the killer. The killer still calls the family of his victims, and we heard a voice recording and the killer is a man. Now, of course, that can always be altered. Like there are voice changers out there, and you know, I'm just thinking of the Scream franchise. Clearly, as you can see behind me with all of the ghost faces, I'm obsessed with the Scream franchise. And sometimes the killer in those movies is a female, but they use this voice changer to sound like a man. So that could be what's going on here, but let's just go with the confirmation right now that the killer is a man, the New York Ripper. Second clue we got in episode 7 is he's no longer active. He hasn't killed in years. Third clue we got is he's most likely been doing this for decades. Wallace revealed she has been investigating the case since she first joined the force. And given her character is in her 40s, this suggests that the Ripper began killing at least 20 years ago. So something else that they point out in this article is when the recording was played, no one recognized the Ripper's voice, a hint that he may not be anyone already in Dexter or Harrison's immediate circle. So like I said earlier, there are some fan theories that it might be someone who like Dexter already knows, like Blessing or Quinn, but Dexter didn't seem to recognize the voice. And like I already said, Jonah Mitchell is probably the most popular theory that I see out there simply because of this tool. We see Jonah use somewhat of a similar looking tool back in the original show when Dexter tracks down Jonah Mitchell. he has this hook-like weapon, which the hook of it does look similar to the Ripper's weapon, but it's clearly a lot shorter. And we do know that Jonah is a little bit of a killer himself. But according to DexterDaily.com, the timeline doesn't line up and Jonah can't be the Ripper. Because Wallace has been investigating this since she joined the force, and she's in her late 40s, this suggests the Ripper has been active for at least 20 years. And considering Dexter Resurrection is set in the spring of 2022, the Ripper would have begun killing in the mid to late 1990s. And at that time, Jonah Mitchell was just a child. So there's simply no way he could be responsible for murders that date back that far. But something else that I want to share with you guys, Brando Eaton, who plays Jonah Mitchell, recently poked fun at the ongoing fan speculation. On his Instagram, he posted a light-hearted selfie video with the caption, "I just got back from New York. What's everyone yelling at me about?" But not only that, he posted a cameo video for a fan, and he sort of responded to this theory, and he says, "Alright, I cannot confirm nor deny this New York Ripper stuff. I keep hearing it. I keep getting asked. I can't say anything whether it's a yes or no. Who knows?" So his playful response only fuels the fire. On one hand, his refusal to give a straight answer could mean he's hiding a major spoiler about Jonah's possible return. On the other hand, it could just be him having fun with the speculation with no real connection to the storyline at all. It's also worth noting that even the actors may not yet know where the writers plan to take the Ripper storyline. Many fans believe the true reveal might be saved for season 2 of Dexter Resurrection, making the mystery stretch even further. So do with all of this what you will. I think Jonah being the Ripper is somewhat of an interesting theory, but I just don't see it really holding any weight. Like DexterDaily.com pointed out, the Ripper most likely started killing in the mid to late 90s, and Jonah would have been a literal child. So I do have a feeling that the Ripper is someone that we don't know. I think if we ever do actually meet the Ripper, which we don't even know if they're planning to truly introduce the Ripper to us, but if we do meet him, I feel like it's going to be someone completely new that we've never met before. I don't really think it's going to be someone from Dexter's past or someone from his present even. I think it's going to be just like a brand new character. But what do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. If you have any other theories, please let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new here so that you don't miss out on future Dexter content. Please also go follow me over on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and I will see you guys next time.